of a person to appoint IGG. So to that extent, I sympathize with him. But you see, at the end of the day, he's the president, he's the appointing authority. So the people of this country who funds the IGG, that office, expect him to definitely discharge that responsibility and find an IGG.
Wouldn't you be able, assuming the president is listening to this show, isn't it possible around this table to throw up names of people he can potentially appoint to that office? Not every Ugandan is rotten.
No, so I wouldn't want to throw names because I think every Ugandan that you want to appoint an IGG, you want to do a background check on that person.
He has the resources to do that, does it?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That actually the president, of course, has the resources at his disposal to make sure that he gets the person to appoint IGG. So the fact that it's very difficult to find people with integrity cannot be an excuse for not having that office fully constituted.
Chairman Mao, the office of the IGG has never been fully constituted since it was established. Is that coincidental or deliberate, or because they are not people to fill the positions available?
For ones are not yet born.
Well, the New Vision cartoon today showed Mr. Corruption cheering. Generally, the IGG has been thrown out of the ring by the judiciary and told that he was fighting illegally. It's a sad commentary on the perception of the judgment, because it now shows that the court is fighting on the side of corruption. So it's a very sad commentary. Secondly, I don't know whether, well, let me not ask the question. Let me just say I actually read the judgment, the entire judgment, which is over 1,000 lines actually. It's a very lengthy judgment. And the summary of the judgment is that unless the positions that are in the constitution are filled, then the institution called the Inspectorate of Government is incompetent to prosecute any cases. And I don't know where Professor Gilbert Bukenya is, wherever he is, and I don't know where this news found him, the news of this judgment, but he must have opened that page in Animal Farm which says all animals are equal, but others are more equal than others. Looking at the people who are the subject of this case, Sam Kutesa, John Nasasira, and
Mwesigwa
Rukutana, obviously those three appear to be more equal than Professor Bukenya.
But they took their case to the Constitutional Court.
The same case was decided by the Constitutional Court. A similar case. Bukenya also took that case. In their judgment, the same Court of Appeal, in an attempt at hair splitting, said, in fact they even mention it in the current judgment. They quote their judgment in the Bukenya case, then they show that it is different. The facts are different. They say in the Bukenya case, the charge sheet was also signed by Mr. Sidney Asubo, who is a prosecutor. Then they also say in that case, Baku Raphael was substantively a deputy IGG, and therefore it can be construed that he was prosecuting the case in that substantive capacity. They just made some attempt at splitting hairs, and I should have looked at their faces when they were reading the judgment. The point is, if that is the case, of course now they are saying this thing now cannot work retrospectively. It now works from this other moment. And look at Jennifer Musisi. Was KCCA constituted when she was making all these moves? She didn't have directors. I think there were two of them. Look at sometimes we have had the Attorney General. Now there's the institution called Attorney General. Sometimes we have not had now one of them has resigned. The office of Attorney General has some vacancies. There are people who are acting. Would you say now you can't sue the Attorney General? I would like to laud the IGG for